about women's rights in this country and takes money from governments that deny women the most basic human rights. She tweets about equal pay for women, but will not answer basic questions about her own office's pay standards, and neither will our president.
All right, folks, Carly Fiorina making a point at CPAC. The she, of course, is Hillary. Joining us now is the he, Roger Simon, co-founder of PJ Media and award-winning novelist. Hello, sir.
How are you? I'm a big fan of Carly's these days. I think her era has come. She's the woman we should be paying attention to, not Hillary.
That would be nice. I think there is absolutely a lot of exciting qualities that she possesses, which would really do well for this country. But you wrote a great piece at pjmedia.com, Glaciers at the New York Times, the Democrats' war on women and blacks. And you talk about how you were, when you were a kid, you grew up thinking the Democratic Party was the party for all, and would do the best for women and do the best for minorities. But you say you were disillusioned.
Oh, ages ago, but increasingly disillusioned.
Yeah, since then.
I mean,
Yeah.
the French have a great term for it: la vie à l'envers, life upside down. I mean, I think that's what we live in this country. Everyone thinks one thing when it's absolutely the opposite. I mean, that's what Carly Fiorina was referring to. And I think that's one thing we should all watch very carefully, like the Newsmax viewers. When you hear one thing, assume it's the opposite. In other words, Democrats are the friend of blacks. No, Republicans are the friend of blacks. Democrats are the friends of women. Oh, give me a break. I mean, the whole thing with the Clinton Foundation getting money from Saudi Arabia where women can't drive is like, it's so off the charts. It would be funny if we had a sense of humor left.
Well, Roger, that was perhaps, I won't say the most important, because I think the emails is a very important issue, because we're not going to, we need to see what we're not going to be seeing. But that was a very important question that she never addressed and glossed over when asked, why does the Clinton Foundation take money from countries that treat women, basically like dirt, as subhuman citizens, second-class citizens, etc.? And her answer was, oh, well, I'm proud of the work the foundation does.
Right.
So she's going to run a, now she could, the next time she's asked, she could say, I already answered that, but she's going to be asked it again and again.
Oh, she is. And by the way, it's totally related to the emails, because the emails are going to be about that stuff. That's what's going on in the email. So it's all one question, really. And wait till we read the emails of her loyal claque there, Huma Abedin and Cheryl Mills. I mean, those are the two women.
The thing, yeah.
The two women who had their own email accounts on clintonmail.com or whatever it's called. So those are the ones that I'm sure have been thoroughly erased, although, as we well know, and I learned at PJ Media, erasing email is not so easy.
No, an email never goes away. Just ask Lois Lerner and the IRS, apparently. All right, I want to also talk about Barack Obama and, the first black president. And since the first black president became the first black president, things have gotten, not only have race relations in this country gone way downhill, but just the economic climate and educational climate for blacks in general have gone downhill.
Well, I think this has been rather deliberate, actually, because, when I was in the civil rights movement, some centuries ago, and what we used to talk about then was a very old and quaint term called integration. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah, busing, integration, yeah.
Yeah, there was a great song by Babs Gonzalez called What Ain't We Got? We Ain't Got Integration. It was a great song. But,
Wait a minute, I didn't know, wait, Roger, I didn't know you could sing.
I can't, but because meaning I'm not going to. But the goal of the old civil rights movement was to bring everybody together. The goal of the present civil rights movement, or if you could call it that, is to separate people so that they become voting blocks. Now, the vested interest then is to impoverish black people so they feel like they're bad. They all have to vote one way, and they get screwed. I mean, the whole thing, it's the pattern is so obvious, it's pathetic, but that's what we have.
What do you think, looking at the Republican side here? I mean, people are going to start announcing, they have to start announcing sooner rather than later. Who do you think is best equipped to handle, let's say it's Hillary. Let's say she perseveres, she wins the nomination, she has all the baggage that we've alluded to and probably more. Who's the best person out there who would be unafraid to take her on?
I'm afraid to say, but I did say on PJ Media this morning, in a late article, that as of this minute, and I'm going to change my mind 100 times because we're way away, everybody can change. I have a feeling that Marco Rubio may be a good person because he's younger and he seems like he's got some charisma and he's very good on his feet. I noticed at the CPAC thing. But
yeah, but you know, Roger, he might take.
I also like Walker. I like a new face. I think against Hillary or against Elizabeth Warren, I think a new face would be good.
Yeah. Well, Roger, I'm holding in my hand a bottle of water, and of course, you know that's going to be the symbol for Marco Rubio that the Democrats will put forward. You remember the drink. Anyway, hey, great talking to you, Roger. Thank you very, very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. All right, folks. Ed Morrissey will join us next from hotair.com.